So you've been dieting, you've been through a show, and now it's the post-show phase, all right? You feel like binging, eating every single thing. I'll tell you exactly what to do to prevent that, and also so you don't just lose all the gains and all the progress that you've made during that show phase, that diet. You don't want to just gain back all that weight. I know it's hard, but hang in there. I'll give you my tips that are helping me right now, all right? As I'm making my mocha pot coffee. So let's jump straight into it. I finished competing. My competition was last Saturday. Guys, I'm telling you, up until now, I feel like I can eat the whole world without even stopping. All right, a friend of mine got me some bagels, some donut. I had one and I was going crazy. I'm like, I want more. I started opening the fridge just to eat more chocolate. I went to my aunt because it was my birthday. She wanted to make me a little of a sweet snack. I ended up eating the whole thing. I couldn't stop, all right? So now I kind of have a few tips that I'm using that are working well for me that will hopefully help you, because it's not easy. You've been dieting for so long. Now you just want to eat every single thing. Your appetite is just so huge, all right? So tip number one that I will give you would be actually drinking coffee, all right? It wasn't the tip number one, but coffee is helping me a lot with my appetite, controlling my appetite. All right, and I'm not saying by any means that we should stay as lean as we were on stage, but you don't want to neither be 20 pounds up 5 days later, all right? Trust me, I'm seeing a lot of people that I was competing with, and these guys are like 30, 40 pounds up, and a lot of times you're very susceptible to gain fat at this stage, all right? So you don't want to just start eating and filling yourself up with a lot of food. So start drinking more coffee. It helps me a lot with my appetite. But the real tip number one, what it was increase your protein intake. All right, guys, we all know protein is super satiating. All right, one chicken breast will fill you up so much more than a bowl of pasta. So if you go out, or if you want to have an off meal, or if you want to enjoy yourself a bit, well, instead of having, let's say, a tiny bit of chicken and the whole bowl of carbs and the whole bowl of pasta, or a whole pizza, well, make sure you're meeting your protein requirement, and maybe even, I would say, increase that protein intake a little bit. So maybe go up, maybe up to 2 grams per body weight per pound per body weight. All right, if you're someone that is 200 pounds, eat 300 grams of protein. It's all right. It's gonna fill you up, and it's gonna ensure that you're not binging, because we all feel the need of binging. I'm feeling it like crazy right now. So that's tip number one, increase your protein. Tip number two, increase your fruits and vegetables. All right. I went to do my groceries 2 days ago, and I filled up my fridge with a lot of apples. Trust me, it's full of apples. A lot of apples, blueberries, super low calories, and I'm kind of binging on them. So binge on those, binge on the blueberry, binge on the apples. All right. It's not about just staying hungry. We don't want to still feel hungry, but binging on things that we enjoy. So I'm binging on what? On Greek yogurt with some protein scoop inside. Guess what? I can eat the whole thing and it's 500 calories. I'm binging on pickles. One pickle is 5 calories, all right? Yeah, I know you'll be like, well, I want to binge on pizza and stuff. But when you're on your own and you're in your routine, the reality is that I'm not even going out to be exposed to all the pizza and stuff. And I have nothing in my fridge. It's not as if I have pizza and donuts and chocolate. I don't buy it. All right. So when I feel like binging, which I do, I would go more for Greek yogurt. Today I finished maybe 2 liters of Greek yogurt. I had 2 apples. But at the end of the day, I'm still not too far from my maintenance. It's still pretty low calories. All right. Eat the whole thing of blueberry. You're at what? 100 calories? 120? No big deal. All right. So that was tip number 2. Tip number 3. Actually, let's talk about almond milk. Almond milk is something I started incorporating in my diet because it's very low calories. I used to always drink milk in my coffee, and now it's just incorporating the stuff that you learn that will help you throughout even the post-show phase. So now, instead of going back to my cream and my milk and my coffee, no, I'm still doing almond milk because it's a lot lower calories, all right? It's not because I'm not planning a show that I will necessarily be binging on anything, changing stuff. I'm still doing my almond milk, my egg whites and stuff. Tip number 4, incorporate fermented food. This is kimchi. And guys, trust me when I tell you, I kid you not. All right, yesterday I made a whole thing of rice. I wanted to binge. I told myself I'm gonna eat the whole pot of rice. But then I have some kimchi home, and I was watching Cuba Ceiling, and anyways, so kimchi basically it's fermented cabbage. Why I love fermented food is because probiotics, all right, they have some good enzymes. Probiotics means they were fermented, so there's the good bacteria inside that will help your gut microbiome, but also it will fill you up. All right, because it kind of bloats you, because it has gas, because it's fermented. So basically what happens is that it gets undigested, it stays in your colon, and then the bacteria will come and consume it and release a gas. So long story short, it bloats you. All right, just a little bit like eating a lot of vegetables. You feel like they bloat you. But the thing with kimchi that I love is that it really does fill me up. So yesterday what I did is I mixed in my rice, and it tastes amazing. My God, it was super good. I mixed kimchi, rice, ground beef, and soy sauce. And the fact that kimchi is super low calories, very high volume, it kind of mixed in my rice. I felt like I was still binging on rice, but instead of eating 600 grams of cooked rice, I only ate 300 grams of cooked rice. I felt super good, I felt super satiated, and I didn't go overboard. So incorporating things like kimchi, I'll show you another one that I really love. Sauerkraut. This is not fermented, but it's sauerkraut. All right, per half a jar is 50 calories. All this, no, sorry, a quarter of a jar. All this 50 calories, pretty much nothing, right? So incorporate things like that. Tip number 5, I would say keep doing your protein shakes, keep drinking a lot of water. A lot of times you might feel super hungry, but you're actually dehydrated. Today I came back home, I had 2 clients, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm just gonna eat all the bread that I have. I just drank a whole liter of water, and I was feeling satiated. Lastly, last tip. What was the last tip? I have it. Plan out your cheat meals. That was another tip, because I don't want you to just stay super lean and kind of deprive yourself of food. You want to get back on eating more calories. So plan your cheat meals. You don't want to feel like you're missing out. All right. You don't want to still do a very low calorie diet. You don't want to still be in a deficit at this point. You want to go back up in a maintenance phase, but plan your cheat meal. Eat few meals outside to celebrate and stuff, but don't go to the restaurant every day. Don't go to vacation now, because now you will just be exposed to everything. That was my last tip. Don't get exposed to a lot of stuff. All right, I have no junk food in my house. The only junk food I have is my friend who came to watch my cat when I was on vacation. She got some chocolate that I hate. So it's a mint chocolate, which I don't really like, all right? So she got this, which it doesn't excite me, honestly. What is this? Rice cakes? You know? So don't keep junk food in your house. Like I said, I had the donut, I finished it in a second. I was supposed to eat my donut next weekend. I opened the fridge, I destroyed it. I took a bite, I couldn't resist, all right? Why tempt yourself if you know that you'll fall, all right? So instead of that, I'll have an apple, right? Better choice. So I'm not saying don't binge and don't eat, but do better choices and use those tricks, all right? More water, coffee is helping me a lot. And that's it, man. I've retained so much water post-show. It's crazy. I'm trying to figure out my body so much. I'm like journaling everything. I'm measuring every single thing. And this competition, one thing that helped me is to understand the importance of the details. All right. I'm not a top bodybuilder by any mean. I'm, I would say the least. Anyways, I'm not a top bodybuilder. Far from there. But even me now at my level, I'm seeing the importance of tracking everything. Your salt, your water, the extra spoon of Greek yogurt, the extra spoon of rice. It's important when you want to optimize every single thing. It's like a pilot that is driving like a big plane, and he's a pilot, and he sees, let's say, something that is, I don't know how to explain. He's just trying to wing it. Oh, maybe I'll land here. Let's just start landing. No, you gotta land exactly where you need to land, because that is the piste. If you go off the track, well, you're gonna be landing in someone's house and you're gonna kill everybody in the plane. All right, so details are important, guys. Don't skip the details. That's pretty much it for this video. and leave a like, share it with a friend, and I'll see you soon. Ciao.